Breaking NFL news coming out of New England, Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Patriots, the New England Patriots, the six-time Super Bowl champions, New England Patriots, the same New England Patriots who've had 20 years of Tom Brady himself as their quarterback, whether they be starting or on the roster for 20 seasons, is now going to be shifting the gears, shifting the starting job from Tom Brady to Cam Newton. That is right. Cam Newton, the longtime Carolina Panthers quarterback for the last 9 seasons, is now a member of the New England Patriots. This makes so much sense to me. This really makes so much sense to me. I love this fit for the Patriots. I love this fit for Cam Newton. I always thought that Cam Newton would work very well in a Belichick run scheme. And not only that, you got to look at how Belichick's thinking too. The Panthers under Newton's leadership, the Panthers with Newton as the starting quarterback went 2-0 against the Patriots in 2013 and 2017. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's going 2-0, never losing a game against Bill Belichick. Not bad. I like that. And for Belichick, can't beat him, join him. And he let Cam Newton join his team. This is so much. He's definitely going to win the starting job over Jarrett Stidham. There's no way that's not going to be the case. And yeah, the Patriots, it's bittersweet today because you also lost a third-round pick and $1.1 million in fines, but that's okay. Don't worry. You guys are going to be okay. You have a quarterback now. Your O-line's good. Cam, hopefully he stays healthy. Hopefully you make sure to continue to build around him, strengthen that O-line. The O-line is always very important. Brady got sacked a bit this year. Make sure Newton has even more strength. Wide receivers I'm a little concerned of, but I am confident in Bill Belichick. I think it's a 2-team race for the division. I think it's a 2-team race between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots for the AFC East. Even though I do think now with this signing, I still think the Bills are the better team. But if Newton can stay healthy, I think the Patriots will win the division. I definitely think they win the division. Now the contract details are 1 year, $7.5 million. So it's gonna be just a 1-year deal. And after the following season, they could tank for Trevor or whoever, or they can trade for someone else. Many people thought that they'd get Andy Dalton in a trade, and that did not happen. Instead, people said, oh, they're going to be going with Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham's our guy. We believe so much in Jarrett Stidham. And that turned out to not be the truth. Because if that was the case, then Newton would have not been a Patriots. And so Newton, 3 months after that messy divorce from the Panthers, is now having Bill Belichick as his head coach. Not a bad gig to have. Now, granted, it did take him a little while, but hey, good things come to those who wait. And I gotta say, I hope Newton stays here long term. I think it'd be really awesome for Newton to really cement himself. Hey, I had Matt Ryan and Drew Brees in my division, so I wasn't really the best. I wasn't really all the time the best quarterback. But now, I'm going into a situation where the other teams in the division, the Jets, Dolphins, and Bills, all have young quarterbacks. With the Jets and Bills already having their quarterback going into their 3rd season, and for the Dolphins, they're also they're a rebuilding team. Tua is going into his rookie season, so Fitzpatrick might be starting for a bit. So just think about it. Cam Newton going to the Patriots. Just thinking about that just makes me excited. Just thinking about that. Cam Newton leads the New England Patriots. That just gets anyone. That should get anyone excited. He's going to be the best quarterback in that division. I think if he's healthy, he will definitely be the best quarterback in that division. Allen I like, but he can be a bit erratic. Darnold still needs some work to do, and we don't know what the NFL game is going to be for Tua. So right now, until further notice, Cam Newton is the best quarterback in the AFC East. Congratulations, New England. You got your Tom Brady successor right here. I don't know if it'll be for 1 year or it'll be more than that. But whoever it is, however he is, I definitely see success coming their way. And AFC East, watch out yet again, because you can never knock down the Patriots as long as Bill Belichick's your head coach. It's that simple. I mean, yeah, I understand that many people say, Brady makes them better, but at the same time, Brady only controls the offense. He does not control the defense or the special teams. Belichick handles everything. He runs that team. He's their de facto general manager. So we'll wait and see. I'm excited. They should all be Jets, Bills, Dolphins. Watch out. Rest of the AFC, Chiefs, Ravens, Steelers. Watch out. Everyone else in the entire NFL, watch out. Patriots are not going away anytime soon. As long as they keep being good at the quarterback position, as long as they're good on defense and offense, as long as their special teams continue to be the best in the league with Matthew Slater as the captain. I mean, pencil them in again. They're going to see more Bills, but it might just be Patriots again. Who knows? I know I'm just all over the place, but this is such a really big news. This is a really big announcement. I'm just amazed. I thought Jameis Winston would have been a great pick for the Patriots, but at the same time, I love the choice of Cam Newton as well. I definitely think Newton can tell Belichick about a few things that he was able to do or his team was able to do to beat them. So that way Belichick can apply that. Belichick and, of course, McDaniels and the rest of the Belichick crew and the rest of the Patriots coaching staff can apply to their opponents in the 2020 season. So, what do you guys think? Cam Newton's a New England Patriots. You excited? You upset? You part of the AFC East? I apologize if you thought Allen or Darnold would be the best quarterback in the division and Newton might be taken. But for all we know, Newton might not be himself. Looking plain devil advocate here. Cam Newton could still be pretty injured. His shoulders might not still be great. But you have a good running game in New England. You have a good defense. And Cam, I think, will do enough to win games for you. I hope Cam Newton has a rebound in 2020. I hope that Cam Newton has a rebound to such a way that he's considered for the Hall of Fame. Because the Patriots already had one Hall of Fame quarterback for 2 decades. Wouldn't that be just incredible if they got another Hall of Fame quarterback out of this too? We should be rooting for Cam Newton. And I understand the stigma, of course, black quarterbacks and whatnot. Hey, Cunningham should be in the Hall of Fame. McNabb should be in the Hall of Fame. I think even Vic deserves a bit of a look. And I think Cam Newton might not be too far behind. I know I'm a little stuttering, but man, Cam Newton is a Patriot. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive indeed. I know I'm just going all over the place. Like, what do you guys think? I know I said it, but what do you guys seriously think? I want you guys to comment. This is such earth-shattering news. Now, do I think the Patriots could beat the Ravens or the Chiefs this year? No. I still don't think I think the Steelers are honestly better than them. I do think with this move they might be the best team in the AFC East. Bills might have them beat. I think they might be better than the Colts or the Titans, as long as, again, Cam's healthy. I mean, again, people were saying the Patriots won't make the playoffs at all. Hell, guys, they had the Defensive Player of the Year on their team last year. Their defense was outstanding. Devin McCourty's always great for them. And yeah, you got lost Kyle Van Noy and Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton, but deep down, you know this coaching staff. You know Belichick and his coaching staff. You know they're going to find ways to replace them. You know they are. They always do that. And they're going to do it again. You know they are. Would that shock you? I mean, Joe Judge's going to leave for the Giants. Is that going to change their special teams? No. You should have Matthew Slater as their captain. Future Hall of Famer himself. Yeah, you lost Steven Gostkowski, but it's okay. You can find kickers. Gostkowski might be retiring. He hasn't been signed by anyone. He might. You never know. It's going to be pretty tough. Page has now been fined. Yes, I did mention that yes, John. Yes, John Cal. I did mention earlier in the video that the Patriots were fined $1.1 million in the videotaping incident with the Cincinnati Bengals, because it was for a whole series, and of course Spygate 2.0, some other people call it. But also, they did lose a third-round pick, so what is this, like the third time in Belichick's run as their head coach / general manager that they've lost a high draft pick? It was like 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick. It's pocket change for them. Are we going to see Cam? Morelli Curious said, are we going to see Cam versus Tom? We will not be seeing the Patriots versus the Buccaneers until 2021. We also will not be seeing Patriots versus Panthers until 2021 because that's when the AFC East plays all the NFC South. So we have to wait for that. We could... No, it's not in the preseason. We're not going to be seeing Tom versus Cam for another year. We're not going to be seeing that. We're not going to see Cam versus his old team. As a Pats fan, I'm pretty happy. You should be, Don Len. You should be very happy. Look, what gives you more confidence? Cam Newton or Jarrett Stidham? I rest my case. John says, I think Kaepernick will sign somewhere. Yes. Is the Pats going to the Super Bowl? I don't know. It's still pretty early. They're not the Chiefs. They're not the Ravens. I don't think they could beat them. And I don't even know if they can still beat the Bills. But we'll see. Crazier things have happened, haven't they? But as for Kaepernick, yes, I do think with Cam Newton finally signing and with more people calling about Kaepernick, he might. I do think Kaepernick will sign somewhere. I think he will be a backup. Newton's going to be a starter for the Patriots. He's easily going to be the starter. He's not going to be the backup. You really think Jarrett Stidham's going to be the backup? I mean, you really think Jarrett Stidham's going to be the starter over Cam Newton? Give me a break. Give me a break. Cam Newton's going to be the starter. I don't know where Colin Kaepernick's going to be signed. I do think he will be signed somewhere. My guess is that I think the best place for him would be the Minnesota Vikings because of one reason: PR. I think for a public relations standpoint, and the place where the George Floyd protests started, that are now all across the world, I think the Vikings would be perfect for them, especially considering they need a backup quarterback. Morale Carisha said, do you think the Patriots will have a better record than last season? They went 12-4 last year. I think they'll be better in the second half of this year than they were last year because they started out like 8-1 and they finished 12-4. They were very bad in December and they were going to have a first round bye, but then they lost to the Dolphins and the Chiefs snatched that, and now that was the last time a second seed will ever get a first round bye because now, unless you're the 1 seed, you have to play in the wild card round because the 2 will be against the 7. So, who knows? They do have a better chance of making the playoffs now, obviously, because even without this, you have that extra playoff team. So that third wild card. Because if it had happened last year, the Steelers would have been against the Chiefs in the first round, and for the NFC, the Rams would have been against the Packers. So even if the Patriots don't win the division, it's not all doom and gloom. You still have the 5, 6, and 7 seeds you can nag. And yeah, I know Belichick's has always won the division whenever the teams that he's coached made the playoffs, but every year is different. Every year is different, and the AFC East is a bit more competitive this year, especially with the Bills making the playoffs last year with an 11-5 record. And the Dolphins are a bit of a scrappy team, and the Jets, they're also rebuilding. The AFC East is going to be a lot tougher. I don't think it's going to be as a cakewalk like it was in years past. I think it will be tougher, but though I do think the Patriots win I think they'll win 4, at least 3, maybe probably 3 or 4 games at least. I don't see them winning all their games in the division. I think they will win at least 3 or 4. I'd say 4. At most, maybe 5. But I am confident in the Patriots now. I definitely do think they will make the playoffs. And I feel like at worst, they'll be the 6 or 7 seed. And at best, I think they'll win the division, but I think they'll be a 3 or 4 seed. Because I don't... Mariah says, I would love to see Cam sign a longer deal. If he does well with the Patriots, that might actually happen. But it all comes down to health for Cam. If Cam can't stay healthy and he's not the same as he was, or a fraction of what he was, then you're not going to see a re-signing from him from the Patriots. But even if he doesn't sign with the Patriots again, if he does well, can you imagine the offers that can come for Cam Newton during the offseason? I understand you have Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields coming up in 2021, but you never know what can happen. I mean, this year we had Tom Brady leave, we have Philip Rivers leave, we had who else left? It was mainly Tom Brady and Philip Rivers, but we had Eli Manning retire, you had Teddy Bridgewater go elsewhere, you had Jameis Winston go elsewhere. Backup for the Saints, I definitely do think that Jameis will be the heir apparent to Drew Brees. I understand they say Taysom Hill, but no, it's probably going to be Cam Newton. Not Cam Newton. It's probably going to be Teddy Bridge. Sorry. It's probably going to be Jameis Winston. I think that would make the most sense. I also do think that I would love to see that happen. I mean, if the Patriots are bad, then they'll tank and they'll get a guy like Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. But they also didn't take a quarterback this year in the draft, so that led people thinking, no, they're going to ride with Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer. And no, they waited the game, see what offers were there, and they didn't trade for Andy Dalton. They didn't sign Jameis Winston. Instead, they waited and waited and waited months after everyone else made their final decisions. And just a few days before July would start up, he signs with the Patriots. Johnny Walker Black says, it's a wrap and Cam has a chip on his shoulder. I think Cam does have a chip on his shoulder. New England's back in business. Hell yeah, they're back in business. Cam definitely has a chip on his shoulder. I mean, Cam Newton's been slighted for way too long. One, because of his race, partially, and the other because people don't understand Cam Newton. He's a polarizing figure, and there's nothing wrong with that. Cam is a popular player for a reason. People love Cam Newton. Cam Newton can run. He's not... Who's Cam going to throw to? Julian Edelman? N'Keal Harry? Mohamed Sanu? Those guys? Antonio Brown's not going to resign with the Patriots. Johnny Walker Black says, this dude went vegan just to heal faster from his injuries. Yeah, he did. He did go vegan to heal faster from his injuries. It wasn't the TB12 method. It's now the CM1, the CN1 method. It's going to be really interesting. I feel like Tom is under pressure now. Oh, I definitely think Tom's under pressure. That's a good point. That's a good point. Tom must be under pressure. Imagine the Patriots have more wins with Cam Newton as the starter than the Buccaneers do with Tom Brady as their starter. Imagine if that's the case. Imagine, now, the Panthers are in a rebuilding stage, but they're going to probably be feisty with Joe Brady as defensive coordinator and Matt Rule as the head coach. But I still think they're going to be the worst team in the NFC South. I would be real, though I do think the Buccaneers will probably still be better than the Patriots when it's all said and done. Because I do have a lot of trust in that offense. But at the same time, I don't know. It's the Saints and the Buccaneers in that division. The Falcons could maybe sneak in as a wild card. AFC East, it's going to be the Bills and the Patriots fighting for the division. And then the Jets and Dolphins will fight for third place. I don't see either the Jets or Dolphins. I can maybe see the Jets maybe sneaking in. But I don't see either the Jets or the Dolphins making the playoffs. I think it's just going to be Bills or Patriots. I really do think that's going to be the case. The AFC, the NFL is going to be so competitive this year. And even though you're going to have an extra playoff team, people are going to be fighting. The teams are going to be fighting for their lives each and every single day. Each and every single week, my bad. Man. What else do you guys think? I mean, I've liked the discussion so far. I'm from Tampa Bay, and I'm a Bucs fan. And the biggest flaw is quarterback and running back. I don't think our secondary gets the credit it deserves. Yes, everyone wants to talk about. Hey, Rocky Mountain. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Rocky Mountain. Yeah, I obviously know that everyone does talk about the Buccaneers' offense, but yeah, their defense, their secondary's gotten better. Their defensive line has gotten a lot better. It was already great last year. It was great last year. I think the Buccaneers will be one of the best teams in the league. Not just their offense, but also their defense. Special teams, I'm a little bit concerned. But I'm very confident in their offense and their defensive line. And their secondary has gotten better. I like Bruce Arians. Imagine it's Patriots Buccaneers in the Super Bowl in Tampa. That is if we have a season this year. Hopefully we do. I mean, we haven't. The NBA's coming back, NHL's coming back, MLB's even coming back, even with 60 games. So I think the MLB come back. I think the Broncos, well, I don't think national media understands that this roster will be built from the ground up. We don't have a team, bunch of free agents like that, like Ramsey gel together for a minute. That is true. They've drafted pretty well. It's not just free agents. The Rams, it was a quick fix. They bought a bunch of guys, and now they're heavily in debt. Yeah, they made the Super Bowl, but they also missed the playoffs last year. Sean Smith says, Cam, specifically a lots of C's, A's, and M's. I had the exact same reaction when I saw that too, by the way. I said Cam, and I just went back in my rolling chair. But this is big news, and I'm very happy to share it with all you guys. It is pretty incredible, honestly. Man, I think the Broncos will beat the Chiefs? Who will be the record? The Bucks to the Pats. I still think the Bucks will have a better record. I think the Broncos might make the playoffs, but I think they'll be like a 6th or 7th seed. I don't see them winning the division. That's the Chiefs to lose. I think the Broncos will be 2nd place in that division either way, though. And then the Raiders and Chargers will fight for 3rd. The Chargers, I think, could be better, but honestly, I think all those teams have a chance to make the playoffs. I think if it wasn't for the NFC West, because the NFC West, I can see 3 teams making the playoffs at the same time. With the AFC West, though, I think... No, do you think the Broncos will beat the... What? Let me just see. Do I think the Broncos will beat the Patriots? Sorry, I just had to look at that for a second. Because it was down. It wasn't... Do I think the Broncos will beat the Patriots? Is it in Mile High? Is it in Empower Field? Or is it in Gillette Stadium? If it's in Denver, then I still see the Broncos winning because the Patriots haven't really done well there. But no, it's in Gillette. Oh, no, I think the Patriots will win because their defense is better. I do like the line of the Patriots better, though I do think the Broncos do have a very good chance of. Though I do think the Broncos do have a decent chance of beating them, but I still think the Patriots will win that game. The Patriots are a better team, better coached, better quarterback. Even I like Drew Lock, but give me a healthy Cam Newton over Drew Lock any day of the week. Even then, it's going into 2nd season. Let's see how Drew Lock is first before we call him the MVP of the league. I've seen Colin Cowherd say that. Yes, I understand the Drew Lock hype. He's not Case Keenum. He's not Trevor Siemian. He's not Paxton Lynch. He's not Brandon Allen or Mark Sanchez or Brock Osweiler. But at the same time, let's just wait a little bit before we anoint him as the next coming of Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson as the 2nd-year quarterbacks that light the league on fire. Let's just hold back a bit first. I think he can. He has the weapons. But let's just see how the Broncos do as a full team before we get to that, before we cross that bridge. It'd be the best for all of us for that to happen. But I still think the Patriots will win against the Broncos. Though I don't think the Bucks will win against the Broncos, though, in my eye. I don't think that'll be the case. It's early in the season. Usually the Broncos are pretty good in September in Empower Field, formerly Sports Authority Field, former Invesco Field. Either way, they're usually always very good in Denver. Start the season off. Does that mean they're going to finish it well? No, but it's a good indication of how they might be. Let's see. What'd you guys think of the... any other question you guys have? It's quite a lot because I'm still trying to digest it myself. The fact that I've known Cam Newton as a Panther ever since he got drafted #1 overall. And now he's going to be the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots, a team. He's one of the few guys to say that he has never lost against the Bill Belichick-led Patriots. One of the very few, not many can say that. He has never lost a game. Yeah, it's only 2 games. Yes, it's the NFC. But he has never lost the Patriots. And now, what better way to go to? They have an open opportunity. Gold standard of the league. Even with the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Even with Lamar Jackson's MVP. Even with powerhouses coming out like the Saints and the 49ers. Everyone knows that the last 20 years, the New England Patriots have been the gold standard of the NFL. It's that simple. And I hope that for Cam Newton, how do I feel about the Pats line this year? I think the Pats line is good. I think it can be better. I do think with Cam Newton as their quarterback, I think Cam's owned by Vaughn, so Vaughn will be Cam in the Pats. Yeah, I do think partially that Cam will want to win that game against the Broncos, especially considering the Broncos, of course, beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 50. So he's going to want it. He's going to want his revenge against the Broncos. I mean, Matt Ryan and the Falcons still want their revenge on Tom Brady, and they can easily do that as soon as this season, especially considering they're in the same division. So I don't see why Cam Newton wouldn't feel the same way about the Broncos. I can't blame him for that. He's going to want that. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He has every right to feel that way. Imagine if Von Miller doesn't have a single sack in that game. Imagine if he doesn't have a single sack. I like the running game. Sony Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead. I love their running back by committee. Some of the Patriots have really specialized in it. It's something that the league has really taken effect, and we've been seeing a lot more in places like the Eagles now with Boston Scott and Miles Sanders, or in San Francisco with Tevin Coleman, and we had Matt Breida, we had Raheem Mostert. Now Jared McKinley's coming. We've been seeing that a lot more. We're gone of the days. We're seeing one back led teams less and less. We're seeing running back by committee more and more. Because even with the Jets, I still think it's going to be Le'Veon Bell and Frank Gore. I think they're going to be splitting carries. I think that's going to be the same thing with the Patriots, and I think Cam will feel a lot better. That would not be bad. If Vaughn doesn't have a sack, it'll be funny. Yes, it would be very funny. And honestly, for Cam, it will be the best revenge he can have. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Never warm, always cold. Always cold, sweet revenge. He's going to want that. All of them are going to want that. Now, granted, it's just Cam Newton, but of course, Cam Newton was the MVP in the 2015 season, and ever since then, he kind of went down in 2016. Got a little bit better in 2017, and then the injuries started coming after they nosedived in 2018, and he got injured for the first 2 games of the season in 2019, and that was it for the Cam Newton era in Carolina. It's going to be different for the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater will be their quarterback. Greg Olsen will not be their lead tight end. And Luke Kuechly will not be manning that defense. But because I don't like the Pats more than the Broncos, I'll be rooting for them more for my second team because of the home. That's good. That's fine. I mean, anyone can root for whoever they want. I root for whoever. I mean, I just like the game. I like football. I like baseball, basketball, hockey, NASCAR. Whatever. I like rooting for teams. I especially love rooting for people. I love rooting for people, and Cam Newton's one of those guys I love to root for. And though I don't know if it racism directed at him, I do think it is at least a complete misunderstanding of how Cam Newton is as a person that people are able to twist as, oh, he's arrogant, he's too about himself. Yeah, go back to watching Fox News, buddy. Go back to watching Fox News, Grandpa. Like, enough. But Cam, he's one of the stars of the 2010s, and will he be the same as 2015? No. But if you can at least replicate that, at least a little bit, and if you can help the Patriots win games, especially in January, then don't be shocked. I'll say it again. Cam. Thanks, Sean Smith. You can say that as many times as you want. I don't care. I enjoy seeing this happen. We need a good sign in this late in the season, late in the year, and well, not really in the year. With the half of the year almost over, 2020 has been hell of a doozy. Pandemics, protests, politics, you name it. Pancake syrup's even getting political now, or even everything. It's just a whirlwind. But hey, we needed this distraction, and thank you, Cam Newton, for making that possible. Thank you, Patriots, for getting fined, so that way we can talk about other things other than the protest or the pandemic that's looming or everything else going on. I was hoping to see the Pats weren't great in the playoffs. That's true. But hey, the Patriots will be a lot more cheerable. Maybe they might be a little bit worse for some other people, but I think for a lot of people, they'll be able to root for the Patriots more because Cam Newton's on the team, because it's not Tom Brady. But granted, Newton's a polarizing figure in himself. So Patriots kind of need that, and they got it. So I'm not really that shocked. But good for them. They needed it. It's much deserved. Cam Newton's going to have a good time, and I damn hope he does a good time. I hope he has a damn good time in New England. I don't think they're going to go 12-4 again. I think they're going to go, personally, like 10-6. I think the worst I could see them doing is 10-6. There's no way I see the Patriots going 9 or 7 or below. They had more than 10 or more wins like this entire decade. I'll stick to room for the Raiders this year. Well, yeah, you're a Raiders fan. I hope you stick with your favorite team for every year. I'd hope so, because the Raiders have a good team too. I mean, I thought their draft was okay. I mean, it's a little weird, but I can see the logic in it. I can't get the logic at the Packers. I can't get the logic with the Texans. I can get the logic with the Raiders, though. Yeah, I knew Bill had something up his sleeve, but not that as a Giants fan, I'm stunned that they were gonna sign Andy Dalton. I thought they were gonna sign Andy Dalton as well because there was a lot of rumors that would be the case. But Andy Dalton want to play home. He's willing to take a backup job to be the backup of Dak Prescott. He's willing to be in Dallas for a year. And no, I don't think it has anything to do with Dak Prescott's contract. No, I like Dak Prescott. I like him as a person. I like him as a quarterback. I like him as a leader. I like him as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Andy Dalton is fine in a backup role. He's a great backup. He's a good starter, but he's also a great backup. He's a great role model. He's a great leader for that team. Great mentor for other guys in the locker room. And for Cam Newton, yeah, he's polarizing, but that gets a fan base excited. That gets a fan base excited, and it should. And are you shocked that Belichick pull this out of his sleeve? Out of his, cut off sleeves? I don't know about Teddy Bridgewater. Is he an upgrade over Cam? You mean Cam last season? Probably, because Cam only played 2 seasons. No, only played 2 games. This is the weirdest and the best that I've ever seen. Yes. Maybe Bridgewater will be okay. I mean, we only saw him in 6 games last year. But, the Saints were also one of the best teams in the league. But he was able to do it. He was able to handle it. And I hope Teddy does good in Carolina. I really do. But, he's already going in a situation where he's the worst quarterback in the division. But that's nothing against Teddy Bridgewater. That division has 3 future Hall of Famers. You can't blame Teddy Bridgewater for being in that situation. And that's where the money was. He got a big contract, and he deserves it. Because I'm so happy. What a story for Teddy Bridgewater. And hopefully Cam Newton has the same outcome. But he's not going to be the backup. He's going to be the starter day one. I like the Patriots running game and their O-line. I like their defense. Now you could say, who is Cam going to throw to? But Cam never really was a big throw the ball kind of guy. He was always more of a run kind of guy. He only threw for 4,000 yards in a season once in his rookie year. So I'm not too worried. He can game manage a little bit. He can hand the ball off a bit. I think he has no issue with doing that. He wants to win. He wants to compete at the highest level. He doesn't care. He'd be fine with anything that's thrown to him. Cam is he's not arrogant. He's not arrogant. That's just where he's from. This is my favorite offseason ever. Well, it's one of the best ones. It's definitely one of my most memorable ones for me. It should be. Something tells me Bill Belichick ain't done. Don't want ya. You mean, yeah, Belichick's not going to leave. I mean, they're saying, could Pete Carroll retire? Pete Carroll's not retiring. He's not going to retire. He's not going to retire. Pete Carroll is not going to retire. He's going to stay as the Seattle Seahawks head coach until he feels like it. And the same thing with Bill Belichick as the Patriots head coach. He's going to stop being their head coach until he feels like it. I can honestly see Bill Belichick being the head coach for another 5-10 years if he wants. He can do whatever he wants at this point. There's nothing going to be stopping him. And now this is his first year as the Patriots head coach first time since 2000 without Tom Brady as the quarterback. But we also saw how this Patriots team has been in situations like this. 2008, they may have missed the playoffs, but they went 11-5 with Matt Castle as their quarterback. And in 2016, when Brady was out for the first 4 games due to the suspension, Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo did well, and Garoppolo eventually got traded to the 49ers, and he's now started for a team that went to the Super Bowl. Brissett was the main starter in 2016 and 2018. Brissett was also the Colts' lead starter in 2017 and 2019. Not bad. And now with Cam Newton as their quarterback, if they're able to rattle off wins with those guys, they could also do the same thing with Cam Newton. That's just how it is. That's just how the Belichick system is. That's how the McDaniel system is. That's how that offensive guru does it. Again, they might not win the division, but I definitely see them making the playoffs now. Going to be more competitive, but at the same time, this defense was great last year. They should be hoping to see a Patriots dynasty live in a couple of years. That would be interesting. But yeah, that's true. The Patriots dynasty will die when Bill Belichick retires. It will not be when Tom Brady retires. It will end when Bill Belichick retires, and it will be when they are truly bad. I mean, did the 49ers dynasty end after, Bill Walsh retired as the head coach? Did the 49ers dynasty die after Steve Young became the quarterback. No, it really ended after Steve Young retired after a concussion in 2000. No, it was like 99, 2000. That's when it ended. The Patriots are still going to be good this year, guys. Get used to it. They're the gold standard for a reason. If you don't like it, if you think that makes the sport look bad, just wait a few years when you're... They said the same thing about, the Lions and the Browns back when they were big before the merger. Or the Packers of the 60s. Or, the Steelers of the 70s. Or, the 49ers and the Cowboys and other teams. Or teams that were never lived up to the potential, but were still great, like the Bills. Or hell, even the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders were a great team, but they were never as good as the Steelers. But they did win 3 Super Bowls. Yeah, people get upset, but eventually you look back and you miss those years. The same thing will be for the Patriots. Tom Brady, Cam Newton, doesn't matter. Bill Belichick as their head coach. Get used to it, guys. And guess what? Congratulations to Cam Newton. You're officially wearing your silver helmet with a flying Elvis across with their new uniforms. Congrats, Cam. And I wish you the best of luck. Take care, everyone. And Cam!